is the Pledge of Allegiance before we start our meetings. Yep. So,
Started today?
yep,
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Rex, I'll need a motion to accept the agenda.
Can we amend it
yeah.
real quick?
Yeah.
I went ahead, we are good at 5 and 6. I went ahead and looked at everything, Lee and I, and we had somebody kind of help us to confirm that the fiscal funds are all moved in. They're all where we need to be. So they're in the 101 funds right now, general funds. So everything is in general, and that's where it's supposed to be. And I have a call out to Rod Fortin so those should be good. So I would like to add on 5 and 6 instead of move funds. I would like to put JSC contract and rural county contract.
Okay.
No, you're talking, coronavirus. So that's in general.
Yep.
The money's in general funds.
So Rex.
Same as the LATCF is in general funds. So that way we can move it if we're gonna use it for salaries. We've already discussed that
Then you can
way back when. So
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
So
move to accept the agenda as revised.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
I need to approve the minutes of the previous meetings.
and it should just be one, December 5th.
Yeah.
I sent that a while back.
Yeah,
So here's another one.
yeah, we got it in an email.
I'll move to accept.
I'll second.
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, fiscal discussion.
You guys got all the
Yep.
emails and everything else, so we should be able to kind of go through this pretty quick. Anything that,
Hang on to start
Oh.
with, maybe you'll come up with this 330 intergovernment revenue, 550,000.
can I see what you're looking at?
Is there a breakdown of where that money's coming from?
I would have to look.
I'm just saying, what I want to know if it's a COVID money or how much is kind of countable or you can count on every year. Is it a one-time?
Oh, I'm sure the intergovernmental revenue, I'm sure that's probably into the COVID funds.
Yeah.
The 330,
Revenue, that sounds like all.
Which page is that?
he's right here.
The combined, the third line down.
Oh, okay.
That should be everything, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but there is some funds that the state sends out to us every year. And
Well, some would be, Tanner gets some, so anything that would show,
there
revenue
is down in
refunds.
the highway department that's got the
Right.
same thing.
but some of that revenue that would come through, let's say, because we need to look at that to see if we want to move it, is, I'd have to go through. Everything kind of gets dumped into, anything that's federal gets dumped into several different accounts. And so that all comes through so Janice would get the money. And so from there, she does her receipting into it and then codes it where to put it. So we know if it is a 201 account or a 101 account, but it has to stay, and I'm not 100% sure on these because, so I'm just, I don't know some of it, but I know most of that right there, that government revenue is any grant stuff that would come through.
Yeah, but I was just wondering if that's all of the whole 550,000 is a
I'd have-
one-time deal.
I'd have to call them.
Look and see what, all that consists of.
Because
That's
part of
supposed to be
yours is that,
grants.
what's that initial step? Yeah.
Well, the step,
That would be state though, right?
right.
Yeah. But
This would
I-
be more of the rural access infrastructure. And so let me see if that's Anita. So to be honest, I'm not 100% sure because that's just a report that pulls through Ultra. Are you calling in for that meeting or anything? We're at that meeting right now.
It's like your intergovernmental revenue and road and bridge is $361,000.
Okay. Well,
But that's
I added
It's near that much.
No, the step was like 82, 89,
That's what it's
89.
Yeah.
Something, it was 80 something. And that wouldn't be the Wraith money either, because that's like 30,000.
Is there a 330 in there?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find.
Because it'd be interesting, I think that's all federal grant and stuff.
One-time deal.
Yeah. These are expensive, we gotta have revenue accounts. So two, keep going, these are all expense accounts. Expense accounts. Expense. 101.
What one are you looking for?
Well, just revenue accounts. See, these are all
Should be a breakdown, yeah.
expenses. It might be getting warmer. I'm skipping too many. 295, road and bridge. I'd have to sit down with that if you wanna.
Yeah, well, let's take a little time and see.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking great, but if that money ain't there next year, then
Yeah, it'd be nice to know exactly what that is.
Well, these, what would 51, 190, and 190 be?
Well, that's 300 and.
380 was the
Yeah.
total ARPA, and then 102 roughly was the
It's
LATCF.
LATCF, so
480.
And some change.
So, and then that might be into that, the other money that I was talking about, so it might be into that area too. I'll research it some more. I'll call Rod and ask him or Doreen and find out exactly how that gets dumped into each account. So,
If there's something in there that's kind of a yearly deal from the state or something.
yeah, that wouldn't be from the state though, because that's
Why?
This year intergovernmental.
that's federal, right?
The
Both be.
COVID, but I thought there could be some state stuff lumped into there in the same category.
yeah, and I'd have to research that some. I'm not 100% sure.
Wait, what are we talking about?
They'll come up with.
Three.
Account
330.
Well, I don't know what are
What's
you
the
looking into
account?
this for? This is each month done.
What's
So you
the
can look at
account?
that's what I was talking to find. you.
Intergovernmental revenue.
Yeah.
The one with tribal?
Some
No.
is, I think,
It would be anything that would be pulled into a fund, that fund. So,
Is that the one with the tribal?
yeah, some of it would be.
Some of it is.
Well, there's a certain amount, right? You get X amount. of-
LATCF would be in there, ARPA would be in there.
what page did you see it on again?
It's on 11.
I didn't have that printout.
We need this stuff for our meeting.
Anyway, overall, I think, we're pretty much under budget, which is,
But I'm talking actual dollars.
right, no.
And I mean, with that money in there, we're excellent this year. But next year, you gotta come up with that $500,000 and the 361. I can't hardly believe it. It's 900. Because there's 361 in the highway, intergovernmental.
Yeah, I would call Rod or someplace else that they do that, where they put all that.
We'll find
Hmm?
out. We'll find out.
By next Tuesday.
It should be open.
Well, it'd be under all these different funds, so it should be.
I would think it'd be in the printout somewhere. Come from here.
What dates it was put in and how much.
Where it come from.
We had this all full yesterday and put it all away, so.
Okay, so we want to just go through.
I think you should, yep, just start at the
Okay.
beginning.
All right, so Danita and Rex, you should have got this. I didn't print it out. Deb didn't want to print out 100 pages. But for our budget remaining for the year on the commissioner's salary, social security, blah, 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 we've got $5,481.45 remaining. With the 3 meetings that we had in December, it'll be close, we won't go over it. So,
And we got that on email?
yes, came a couple days ago.
There were 4 emails that
Yeah,
were
there
sent
was
that
3
one day.
emails.
I gotta read that first.
Okay, auditor in the contingency fund, there's 50,000 remaining, we have not done anything.
That contingency that would be right here would be what you're looking at right now,
Yeah.
so if we need to
To,
switch
if we
something,
need to move something,
that's this
Take
one.
it out of it.
yep.
Does it look like we might have to?
Nope.
Just ask.
The account 120, which is our election,
We didn't really do anything.
we didn't do anything with it, so
It's not
that's,
election year.
no. Judicial expenses, nothing. County auditor, we have $10,624.18 remaining. So we should, I mean, that's, it's all worked out. Yeah, there's some minuses in there, but the bottom line is
Not overspent.
we have not overspent,
What was
so.
that line item again? I'm sorry. Trying to catch up here.
Auditor.
Auditor,
Right.
Okay,
141,
that's salary.
Yeah, we're page 5.
page 5.
I'm still trying to pull it up on here.
On the treasurers,
Do you want to sit up and over here, Danita, so you can, okay.
on the treasurers, there is $25,935.81 left. Now that could change with using Dulce and stuff, but we're still, I'm sure, gonna fall under there.
Right.
Um,
And she will not probably meet the, where you have to 40, 60. So she probably won't meet that 40, 60, where you have to have so much spent.
Oh, okay,
So, I mean, it's an overall, so
Okay.
hopefully it works out in the long run.
okay, okay.
You're meeting your 40.
I can spend money.
You're doing a good job too.
The state's attorney, we've got $589.64 remaining.
Is that after this month? Are we paying this?
This will be repaid November, so this will just be December.
Is that 500 enough? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it should be. Well, it's the salary, so it'd be under a little bit. But
Yeah,
Now, does he send a separate bill for like this other stuff he's working on?
Then we review it. It
What
comes
other
up-
The state's attorney for,
that's if it goes into something else, but like that thing that he's working on for us right now, that's in this salary unless it
Right,
goes.
he gets paid
For-
40-some thousand for his
Yeah.
salary, so he should be, most of his stuff should be under that 40,000.
Yeah, most of his stuff falls under,
I suppose unless it goes to trial. then it changes.
yeah. Yeah. Pray to God. 153 court, appointed attorneys and such. We've got $9,175.67 left. So we should be fine there. Abuse and child, we're fine. 161.
We're fine because we never spend anything out of it. We
Um,
don't make a donation.
161 is, buildings, liability insurance, rent, supplies. We've got $8,148.20 remaining. So.
And in that building supplies, how much did it say it was in there? Because we, lower and
$8,148.20.
so it was around 4,000 for that blower. So we have a couple places that we can look at it, but in this one, you could probably take care of it that way.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, that heater deal.
Well,
And then we found.
what was it, about 6 years ago prior to that? Right after we put that in, we had an expense on the same blower. So please remember, low bid isn't always the best bid. Because we could have got a lot better for our money if we would have won somebody local.
Director of Equalization. Bottom line is we've got $25,764.50 remaining. So. Register of Deeds. We've got $14,955.10 remaining.
Where did we start that one out at? I was
$15,510.
gonna say we sure didn't. Yeah, that was those books then, huh? Well, those
And
books
that
should have
book-
been free.
Well, the books that they're scanning, they're not free, but
Well, but we got a special fund that we take them out of.
Right.
It doesn't come out of registered deeds.
so
That hasn't been built yet, probably.
it's in here
Or is it?
for half of them. We gotta still.
The
take care of
VA, we've got $1,642.61 remaining. It'll be very close, so we should be good.
that. They're all paid up. So
Yeah.
That's for that fellow that comes.
Yep, it's for Tim.
Then you should be able to get your refund. I know it's not a lot, but it's something. 1,500, what you got in there left.
We didn't do that for the last year because you guys wanted to keep it at that 7,000. And you
Keep
need,
one at the 7,000.
for, you guys only approved him 7,000, so that did not meet that grant for the 2,000 something. We'll get that this next time, this next round. So
I guess I don't understand what you're talking about.
you have
You
to,
didn't pay him enough in salaries, what you're telling me.
correct.
You gotta spend to get it back. according
Well, you
to the
gotta
government.
allocate it to get it, right? Can't be cheap.
The predatory animal, we've got $955.97 left.
That usually just goes out with a
We've got that one.
donation or whatever it is that they
Yeah.
solicit from us.
Okay, the sheriff's department, we've got $114,661.87 remaining.
140-some thousand.
114.
So that's one of those that's not gonna meet our 40, 60
Well, what did we
either.
put in there to begin with?
Well, he put in case at the time when we went with Rural County, if it ended up we had to furnish a car or buy another vehicle. So
His
he,
wish list, we granted him his wish list.
It was
Because that-
200 something.
Because that wasn't what, when I went to that Brewer County meeting, that wasn't what they were asking.
so, jail board expense, travel, we've got $6,424.13 remaining.
This was made, this is the 23, so this was made clear back in 22.
No, we made this January of last year. You
Well,
were on
yeah.
here. That's the budget was
just that-
made January of last year.
But it was kind of set up.
You had a right to say yes or no. We all had input into it.
I don't care.
Well, yeah, it must.
You gotta have police, that's what the government is for, police, school, and roads,
Well, then use
not
it then.
bookkeepers.
So, anyhow, in the, county jail, it's $6,424.13. I expect that Brewer County is going to up their charges
They are going to, I have those contracts.
from,
So what did we spend on jail this year then? Because that guy was, not this one, but we had that one in New too. I can't get it on there.
That one was settled.
yeah.
I know, but we still came out of this year's budget.
Well, we had jail board, it, at this point was $11,141. Medical, 2,000, juvenile, 4,400. So, but I know, I read in Brewer County minutes that they were going to up or the jail board on us, so. Coroner,
Better supervision.
we've got 3,000 left, we'll be fine. I
Is he
will,
willing to do it
I
again?
will talk to Darren again. I'm going to say I believe so from the last time I've talked to him.
I thought
Remember
that
Diane,
But-
Diane Inch said she would be interested.
Yeah,
Oh,
But-
she's not officially designated.
yeah, but,
January.
Yeah.
We do it in January.
so,
Is
anyway,
she gonna start that or not?
If we designate her,
I will visit with Darren and see. Okay, care of 4, we've got $330 left.
out of how much, 500?
Yep, we used 170. Public welfare, we've got $100 left. We put $100 in.
Our social programs are just the greatest.
Board of Health, there's nothing in there. Mentally ill professional services, we've got $75.27 left.
What we have in here, 500.
500. Developmentally disabled, there's nothing. Mental health care, we've got $945.30 left. We have 2,500 in there.
That would be for like the legal services, right?
Um,
I'm pretty sure that's,
Mental health centers is what it's, so.
because we have to pay for the legal part of it.
Mental health board, mental illness board, we've got $297.67 left. Extension, 4-H, youth development, we've got $36.08 left.
But we spent money for, that would be where that SDSU lady comes in.
Yeah. Soil conservation, weed board, weed control, there's $20,985.85 left.
While we have that one there, can we have a quick discussion on that one? So Tanner presented spraying hours at $40 an hour. This is what, and fuel. So this is the total on that one. So we're
What's
trying
the
to figure out, do we just, the total is $3,360.
Yeah,
So we're not really sure how to move this forward. Just do we write a check to the highway?
Highway. Or we got to talking about this yesterday. And it does and it doesn't make sense to write a check to the, but what we're looking for is the proper trail to credit his account for expenses that should have come out of the weed department budget, see, spraying.
It's gotta be
can't do
more than
just
a
the-
ledger entry. It's gotta be more than a ledger
Yeah,
entry.
something, I try to.
That's what we're trying to, that maybe an invoice like this would be nice, but we wouldn't have to actually write a check, but we would still have the paper trail. I mean, I just want commissioners' advice on how to move these monies
I never
forward.
thought of it like that before, the right way.
And it's not a precedence that ever's been set, so this is a new
Well,
thing,
We've
so.
we've never had sprayers for years. And that was where a lot of our savings came from because we didn't have to pay that guy for it.
That's right.
So first off, thank you.
Well, Kenny did a lot of years, but it was just blended into his budget.
It was the
Wasn't
half-ass
stuff.
budget that got us into this mess to begin with. We're trying to get it
Um,
forward.
Can we, so in other words, we really can't just transfer it from the weed account to the highway.
We probably could, but then I would just have you guys sign off that said yes, that we did that, because otherwise it would just be.
Credit his account and debit mine.
That's kind of like an intergovernmental transfer.
It's a ledger.
That's
entry.
fine.
There would have to be a ledger entry, she is right on that one, so there is a paper trail, but it would just be us doing the paper trail instead of you guys doing the paper trail, so I'd rather you guys do the paper trail than us.
You'd have to come in front of us in order to get the approval to do it anyway. So, and you don't want to write a check because.
We
It
can,
seems silly.
we could,
Yeah.
Well,
Write a check, the highway
It's
department
silly.
gives it back to her, you know?
Yeah.
but it would be cleaner.
It would be
It's
cleaner.
a check that
Well,
goes in,
then
you don't even
let's
have to give
do
it
it
to them.
that way. If it's cleaner that way, do it that way.
Yeah,
Buffalo County Highway and then.
Or if you talk to your auditor guy, ask him.
Yeah.
He said the exact same thing, that this should be a commissioner's question.
Sure.
Because,
I didn't know you could.
yeah. Well, 'cause they-
so this would be a commissioner's question.
I like the idea of the check, that we still got the paper trail.
Okay, okay, then we got it in there, ready to go.
I don't care.
Okay.
And then when she receives the
Okay,
check.
so do we need a motion for that?
Just
or-
at the very end. So,
Yeah, when we do,
The check.
because it's the
Oh,
voucher.
It's a
oh,
voucher.
It's a
okay.
voucher.
Okay. Professional service, planning and zoning travel, $400 remaining.
Out of 500.
General fund, total expenses, budget remaining is $311,008.80.
Out of how much?
$160.
So we spent at least over half.
Yeah, 61.2%.
Isn't our goal, I don't think it's been.
Well, I just asked,
In a way it is, because they want you at the 60-40 ratio
Yeah, but when's that lady ever coming? I wanna,
on the audit. Have we heard-
if you assign that money, did you talk to him too about you can assign money to something and then that affects this deal?
I don't know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
accumulation of some things like,
No, if she
Major
ever comes, I'll
expense.
have her explain that.
wow, we don't even know what it is.
Their
Tell us what it
turnover
is.
is outrageous,
I
so I
know
doubt
what
that
it
it's gonna be
is,
intense.
but I ain't no school teacher and you're no accountant.
But we haven't even heard anything on our audit yet.
That's what.
That's good old news, is good news though,
Yeah,
because otherwise she'd have been on her ass.
yeah, but,
Brandy is her name.
Brandy, there you go.
okay. So, on to the road and bridge. We are at a remaining balance of $79,284.92.
That's
Do we know which
kind of-
line item that is? Pretty close.
It's all the salaries and
That's
everything
it.
else within there.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
but that is not like anything that we put aside to purchase any machine.
Nope, nope, nope.
Hey, Dave, I beat you by 10 minutes.
I probably would have been 5 minutes quicker, but I didn't take that photo.
911 service expenses, we've got $2,000 left. 5,000 we've spent. Okay, emergency management, E&D, the 222.
And that's all paid out for this year.
Right, so we are $127.88 short. So, but
Gonna
that's,
transfer something.
It's up to you guys. I think it would be okay to to leave it, but if you guys want to transfer.
I do want to commend Arden. When that storm hit, he sent us all out text messages, saying no travel was advised. And
Getting it on that map makes it weak, because there wasn't hardly any traffic by
and
my house and that
yeah,
last year, these trucks.
Yeah. I mean, he got it out to Tanner and I, Wayne, Leslie. We shared it on Facebook or any social media we could. And then he
did a good job.
yes, and then he texted us to say he lifted it, you know.
So who over on the western side of the state did he talk to?
Did he
So I
what?
didn't
Who
see
did
any
he
of them.
notify?
I don't know if he talked to,
The county, you mean?
So
or the
you're doing
state?
a 5 mile strip, you're not doing the rest of the county? I mean, that's kind of what I talked to him
they did
about.
the entire county,
But who did he notify over there? That's what I'm asking.
no idea,
Okay.
not a clue.
I didn't know it. I didn't know anything.
You know, there's more to this than this 5 mile strip here, you guys. I know we got four state certified Department of Transportation excesses, but the majority of your population is over there. So I'm glad that you guys all shared it. I'm not saying,
It
yeah,
gets
all I'm
transferred
saying
to
is
them.
that they gotta go.
It gets-
Exactly, but did law enforcement know about it? Did Tommy know about it? See, you don't know.
I
It could
will,
probably, it'd be nice if you put it on our
I thought
website.
Tommy was the emergency guy over there. Why wasn't he putting stuff up?
He probably was. Why? Yours and ours? Is that what we're gonna do? It's much
Well,
better if we
he's-
work
he's
together,
over
sir.
there.
His mother,
I
What's
will,
his job
I will talk to
go to
Arden.
get some training, then you'll understand the whole picture.
Yeah,
I will,
understand this stuff. It's too deep for me.
I'll text Arden and
I wanna
ensure,
be part of that,
so,
because I've talked to him about that. I don't wanna have to do this again.
so I will,
And I know he's got a good rapport with Tommy. He may have got a hold of Tommy. Okay, that's all I'm asking, and that's something we should all know,
yeah,
not
I will,
just whatever.
I will get in contact with him after the meeting and send out a text. Domestic abuse, we've got $300 remaining, nothing was used.
But I do wanna say one more thing about that. I also wanna commend you for taking that training. We've paid for that for, God, how many years? You know what? Our sheriff didn't take the initiative to do this. We could have done this years ago. But thank you for taking that training, which made us eligible for this.
Which training?
I think you're talking about the raid. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that
Yeah,
more later.
but I mean, it's all part of this system. Yes, now maybe they've upgraded rate, but you know what? You actually took the initiative to do it. Thank you. Instead of sitting back thinking you,
M&P, 163, there's $3,884 remaining.
That
Relax,
was where that, didn't that lady say that's where that money could come out from?
Yep, and that's what is gonna come. You'll see that about $2,000 will come out here shortly.
so, that's going through the line items. There's only one place that we were short. It's $127. Personally, I don't think we need to move.
Yeah, I don't know.
For-
It's just what if the rules say you have to have a zero or whatever.
Nope, Commissioner's done.
Okay,
So, you know,
that's pretty close.
we're under budget by quite a bit, so I want to commend everybody for their hard work, and I want to thank everybody for all their hard work. So is there any more discussion?
No, but next meeting I want to bring up, I think Lee should be in the office. It's 32 hours, and that's, I want to bring it up next meeting. We can't do nothing today, but every other county. And I don't know any businesses around that people can come and go and mark off their time on it, however.
It's on the next meeting. so
Oh,
it'll
okay,
be fine.
okay.
Danita was complaining about Dawsey, we didn't go to the fair one time.
one time, try 3 years in a row.
So then,
You know,
on to the
these
next
that
thing,
thing
here
Okay.
is,
Okay.
No, I'm sure you tell me that.
here is the,
I don't know.
here's
thought
the
maybe you
jail, that
Okay.
one.
Okay, Hughes County Jail. This is what we use for the juveniles, right?
Right.
2022 was $295 a day. It is $375 daily now.
Who will come?
Huh?
Who will come?
No, Hughes
Okay.
for the juvenile.
Okay.
So,
That's a pretty good percent increase.
I know it's coming.
Did we used to do one for hearing? And we used to get one from, Lake Andes, I believe. Wasn't it Lake Andes where we used to have our juveniles down there?
I don't remember what candies, but I remember hearing.
Or maybe,
But it could have been.
yeah.
We didn't, we had.
We never
contracts with
used
them,
it, but we
didn't-
just had, we had
Backup
someplace
contract.
available, because it's always nice to have a backup.
Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do, so.
And then, I
Okay,
just
and then
reviewed this one.
the rural county, what was it last year?
They increased it, I guess I didn't look at
Is that for the
the
jail?
contract.
Yeah, the cost of the days shall be a rate of $72 per day. Any emergency medical reimburse. Further agrees a fee of $10 for each UA or ITV hearing done.
I don't think there's too many other places we can ask any longer to ask.
$72.
So, does it say anything about
And that was
supervision? I mean, hey, come on now. I'm not sending them there, but once they're there, they're their responsibility.
Where's that at?
This is only adult.
Yeah, no,
That's
that
good.
was,
It's juvenile,
that
isn't
was
it?
juvenile.
That's kids.
Agrees to provide services throughout Will County for safety and care and subsistence of adult persons of 18 years of age or older.
Oh,
That's Hughes County's.
And that's
I'm not
300?
sure that that's what they meant, but that's
I
what
don't
this
think it
is.
Yeah.
300.
Better get to work.
I think it's supposed to be juvenile, but it's not.
yeah.
You might want to send them that way.
The sheriff brought this to me, so I'm gonna be honest,
They probably took their standard adult contract and changed it.
That and the dollar amount. I'm sure they don't get $300.
and I think
a day
if
for
I want to
adults.
really look this one over, I'm not 100% sure of.
Good catch, Steve.
We don't have to decide on them today, do we?
No, I think not.
So then Steve
We'll
and
get-
Dave can look
fix it.
through. Okay, all right,
I'd rather have the sheriff here as well to
yeah.
review it anyhow.
We meet in a week, don't we? We need second
Tuesday,
Yeah,
Thursday.
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
next Tuesday.
yeah.
that just goes with the cover letter.
We'll look at them.
Okay, need to approve the vouchers.
One second. Just close that in. Busy, so.
Deb and Janice called me the other day. They ordered stamps. They needed to be paid for before the end of the year. Janice and Deb were both on the phone. I gave them authorization to use credit card to pay for them because they wanted it done, so.
Stamps are going up. so we wanna
Stamps are
get-
going
But
up.
that's why we got the credit cards, we could prove that. You should not have to approve everything
Right.
they put on.
So,
It's nice that they let her know.
I need
They
to buy
just-
toilet paper. I'm gonna go buy.
well, they
toilet
just
paper.
wanted to make sure because it was $1,100 some odd dollars.
You got a
So,
certain dollar amount on your card.
2,500 for each.
so. And, Janice's home.
See, now that would be kind of the same deal with what you talked about paying them. You and Janice bought those off that credit card, right? How are you gonna bill that? You do the same thing when you bill him for,
So when I go to do that, I'll take, I had Janice itemize exactly what she wanted. Lee needed some because he's gonna be sending out his stuff, and then I wanted exactly what I want, so then I'll itemize this. So 101, 171 or whatever hers is, then itemize his and itemize
and
mine.
then he makes a part to the card, not payment to the card company, same as it, you know. Weeds pays him for the income. So, I mean, it's the paper trail.
Yep.
It's the same thing. Anything different other than just the regular ones, the other ones?
Just, some of them are,
Yeah,
I
I
called,
threw in the mower in there, the mower's here, I wanted that paid for, so that would be the big one for me.
Then there must've been-
I called legislative audit. And I
Yeah, and the
asked
rest
them
of
to
the
go
tractor
ahead
rent's on there also.
and pay, so we could pay for some in 2023 and what was remaining for 2024. So you see 15,000 some odd dollar one for legislative audit.
That's for the
Brandy coming through.
audit.
Yeah.
But that's for last year, that's this past year account.
Yeah, that'd be in 2023 stuff. So then the rest would be 2024 when that one goes through.
But again, we haven't heard anything.
Usually hasn't been this long though.
Huh?
Usually-
They're short-staffed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, usually they don't take this long.
No. But the turnover rate up there right now is phenomenal.
Now, here's this deal from a law firm, what is that for?
I'll hand it to,
Probably from court appointed attorney.
To me.
He wants to know what that's for.
you had somebody in the jail, and so when they're in jail, they have an attorney that they can talk to, so then we have to pay for it as well.
So, well, if he went to trial or prepare for his court case. Are you done with those ones over there?
You bet, pardon me.
It's all right.
There has to be something happening. Just for those level, so.
He's been paying restitution for that for quite a while. We get the restitution money, it goes straight to the sheriff.
Oh, this?
Yeah, it's one of those that we have to
You
pay, I
did your
think.
bathroom fixed up, huh?
I think it's just regular.
Me? Oh, not mine.
Shop.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, votes.
Something we have to pay. And they're paying restitution.
Already.
Yeah.
That's one of those bookkeeping things.
Oh, that's a receptacle. We had to change the receptacle, yeah. I guess, I used a credit card the other day, I bought a light at Wheelco. They gave us our discount or whatever, but they wouldn't let me charge it because the account wasn't set up, so I used it, that is like $200 and some off.
This one ain't got a amount on the outside there.
So is this lady from SDSU ever come to Buffalo County?
Yeah,
Our kids go over there and listen to Springs a lot.
I know she's been over to,
You know,
406,
don't get me wrong,
68.
you know, we got a beef meeting, and she's getting all these things, advisory meeting, maybe, some of this stuff, I don't really know that pertains to us. These are pretty good for the day.
But it's a total of $17, right?
I know, but the total is 171 all to begin, and our 10% of that is ours. I don't think we have any kind of say on what she does. So is she part of the one that we meet on Monday too, on
So
Tuesday,
you guys already signed that contract?
for this coming year?
mhm,
2,500.
something like
Is that what
that.
number?
Yeah, it was something,
SDSU,
yeah,
that extension.
yeah, it was roughly
No problem.
25, yeah. I don't remember the exact.
Yeah, no, it's part of the world.
If we don't do it, we don't have anybody, so.
Yeah.
There's a few more kids in the town.
So what did Miss Barbara help you with? I know you remember her telling you that she was coming, but when Julie came, what did she help you with?
Sales.
Is she gonna be there to help you when you have to appraise those? Is that who you're gonna use? Take somebody with you, don't go by yourself.
I think that's kind of becoming a rule. We have to have somebody
I'm
like
just trying to reinforce,
Is that then somebody from Peer Lake?
this was that
No.
lady from Lexington Springs.
I don't think it has to be. The field people can, but more often than not, it's another,
Assessor?
yeah, or assistant or deputy or. I went with Terry on one, I think it's in the one. So,
No, all those new camping houses.
we'll find out.
Because there's gonna be.
But they can't be in the office to do that. They have to go out and about. It's an FYI.
He starts here in the office and says, I'm gonna go look at a house. If anybody comes looking for me, I'll be looking at house.
It, because it sounds like there's gonna be another one built.
So how is Jess? So we don't have a timesheet for her either?
Well, we know it's 8 hours a day, so
I know, but where's your backup?
it just could be the contract, I'll put the contract in there. I
Well,
just haven't
but
got a
still, how
copy of
many,
the
you got a
contract.
contract, I don't have a problem with that, but you're paying her for 3 days, what days? That's what you need for backup.
As good as can be expected. I talked to her the day after. She was supposed to have an appointment yesterday, but was unable to go because of the roads.
Clear back to fall.
Mhm.
It'll be a half a day tomorrow, so.
So we don't know if she was able to go today or how
Kind
that's.
of slept first thing this morning.
I'll move that we pay the vouchers.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Tanner, do you want to?
Yeah, we could.
Okay, Tanner would like to visit with us just a little bit in executive
I'll have
session.
to go that direction with it.
Pardon me?
I'll have to go that way
That's
with
fine.
it. That way.
That's fine.
What's this thing? I'm sorry, can we not find what?
What's the big thing on it? What's
It
the?
says, did not find any.
Oh, he was asking for his cell phone if we paid any cell phone. So this is everything for him for the whole year. And I did not find cell phone. So that's what he's asking for is $50 per month for the cell phone.
So then we can get a better phone upgrade, we don't have to have it transferred into his home since we've actually got a phone that he can
You'd have
actually
to talk
change
to the
with.
sheriff about that
Oh
one.
man, that's stinky.
Okay, now let's go. Across the hall, Tanner. Jen asked.
Are these your only two copies of the jail contract?
Yeah, I'll make you a copy.
Make me copies.